If you want to print some text that has some values from the variables, fstring comes immediately in your mind. However, if you want to control over the values of the variables before printing, then that's not something fstring will help you. As a solution, Python 3.14 has brought something called tstring or template string that allows you to fully control how you want to display the values in the print statement that is already defined in the variables.
T-strings or template strings in Python are not just for printing. They are used to build the system that you want to have full control over how the values are inserted. The T-string does not just create the final string immediately as you print it. Instead, it creates the structured object that has a fixed text part. Of course, you have some text while printing the values, and also the dynamic value, the variables. Let's see with some examples here. On typical print statement, what we do is we have the variables and we have the print statement that has f as a f string, and we insert the variable names here to insert our values from the variables, and we simply print that and we have the statement here. This might look very accurate, but look at this here. I have capital case on data science Python, but not in machine learning. I want to fix that. I want to make this whole statement to be the capital case, meaning that I want to make machine learning, so M capital, L capital as well while printing. In the traditional way, I have to go and change over here. I have to make M uppercase and L uppercase, which is inefficient and not the robust way to do it. I want to make it more dynamic. I want to make it programmatic way of solving this problem. To solve that problem dynamically, I would love to use tstring. Let's see how tstring helps us to do that. If I had to use same variables into tstring, it is exactly same as the f string. But only the change you have to make here is instead of f, you have to add t. And that is all. So you have the t string here. But how that is different? Let's look at it. Let's assign this t string to the variable called msg for later reference. And let's hit run. If I would like to print msg just like that, then probably this in the beginning does not make much sense to you. But let's break it down into the smaller pieces. This msg is template that contains string or fixed string. These are these pieces. One part, the first part of the string is hello, welcome to. And if you go back and look my statement, that's what exactly it is. Hello, welcome to with the space. And the next part of the string, the fixed string, is with exclamation mark. Here we talk about and the space. Here with exclamation mark, here we talk about space. And then the third part of the string it shows is the full stop or period. Here I have a period. So it gave me all the string components inside the template. That is one section. Another section here, I have interpolations or the values inserted inside the string. How do we understand that? These interpolations are, the first one is data speaks here. As we can see, the data speaks here, and that's the text that is interpolation, the variable value. And that comes the name variable over here. The second interpolation here has data science, Python, and machine learning. That means this value is inserted inside the template. Here, this component over here. So this is how it has given us the pieces of the text, which we can access and we can utilize to modify or convert into the specific format, or maybe perform data cleaning or any additional actions on those text strings or interpolations. So this is the advantage of using the T string or template string. Let's further take some examples and understand how we can extract the components of MSG. If you want to only get the strings that is in message, in MSG, only the strings we have here, the fixed string that we have defined, hello, welcome to, and as we can see over here, hello, welcome to, and we have the exclamation mark, and here we will talk about, and we have the full stop. Now also you can access the MSG dot values. You can see data speaks and data science, Python, and machine learning, which is the variable that I have defined over here. So now you have control over which part you want to extract using the template strings or T strings. Now, how this gives you advantage? For example, if you want to say MSG and you want to do dot string and you want to extract the first part of the string, if you hit run, hello, welcome to, and if you see my statement, MSG, hello, welcome to, this is the first part of my string. Let's go to the another part, the second part. Now it will give exclamation mark. Here we talk about space. Exclamation mark. Here we talk about space. That gave us a second part of the string. Now if you hit 2, it is just a period. Here we have the period at the end. This is how you can extract every single component of the string one by one if you wish to do so. Now let's keep exploring what else I can do. In MSG, I want to extract the data science or data speaks part. So I will say dot values, and I will say give me the first value. Look at this, data speaks. I want MSG dot values. I want to extract the first part. Here, data science, Python, machine learning. Now I want to then fix this and have it into one single print statement. By now we understand that MSG has two components. One is MSG.string or fixed string, and also we do have MSG.values that are values inserted from the variables. Look at this. We have two parts or three parts of the strings, and we have two parts of the values from the variables. Now we can do many things out of this variable. Let's say I want to use the word data speaks with something else that doesn't belong to MSG. Let's say I simply want to say print hello, and I want to include the MSG.values, the very first one, which contains data speaks. Look at this here. Simply, I was able to print hello data speaks. And this hello has nothing to do with MSG, but I was able to use the components of MSG at something else. That is another yet powerful parts of using Python template string or T string. Let's build something with cleaning what we wanted to clean. In the beginning, we stated that I want to make this data science, Python, and machine learning to be nicer format or standard format that has M uppercase or capital, L capital as well. So while fixing that, I want to print the whole statement. I want to say, hello, welcome to Data Speaks. Here we will talk about data science, Python, and machine learning, where M and L to be uppercase without having to fix it manually on the variable that we have defined. Let's begin with defining a function that is reusable for other purpose as well. Let's begin with that. Say def, define a function. I will give the name clean render, and I will give template parameter, and that template is gonna be MSG that we have. Remember, we have MSG template here. This is the template we have created above so far. So that's what we will be passing here. I will initialize a result variable that will store the final result. From the template, I will take the very first string that I have here. If you simply print MSG dot strings 0, then you have the very first string component or very first part of the string, and that's what we will begin with. We will initialize having the very first part of the template. Now, what I will do here is I will write a for loop. I will say for iterator and the value in enumerate. I want to enumerate into the template dot values. So basic idea here is I want to go through each of those values. I will do enumerate, so index and the value. If you simply print msg dot values, you will see data speaks and data science, Python, and machine learning. So here index position for data speaks becomes 0, and then index position 1 becomes for this. So we are assigning the index and the value with the help of enumerate function. Now inside that, we want to clean the data, right? Clean the data. So we'll say clean value equals, I will convert the values to be into a string, just wanted to make sure. And then I want to strip any spaces, extra spaces that the words may have. And I want to apply the function called title. The title function will make each of those first characters of the word to be the capital or uppercase. So the title function. And now we do have the clean value variable with those text cleaning done into each of those values of the template, which is data speaks and data science, Python, and machine learning. Once we have the clean values, then what we can do is we can append those clean values into the results. So once we have assigned that, now each of those will be added to the results. Here we have initialized with the very first hard-coded string, and we will add each individual components of the values one by one. And also we will append results. We will append the string components of the template, because we do also have strings. So we'll go at each string incremented by 1. So we will keep adding each individual string as well, and that is all. And as a final, we will return the result. So I'll say return result. So we do have a function defined to clean each component, the values of the template that we have defined. Let's pass on this clean render function on our MSG template, and let's print that out. So now we are taking hello, welcome to Data Speaks. Here we will talk about data science, Python, and machine learning. Look at this M, look at this L. This was earlier. If I would just remind you, content here, data science, Python, and machine learning, M lowercase, L lowercase. Now M uppercase, L uppercase. This is the magic of template in Python, or T-string in Python. Utilizing T-string, we have created a template, which template gave us the breakdown of the strings and the interpolation or the values from the variables. And with accessing each of those, we had defined a function to convert, clean, or do whatever we want to do with each part of the text in the T-string. So that is the power of utilizing T-string, and I hope this video was helpful to understand, to build the foundational knowledge of T-string in Python. And this is only available in Python 3.14. It is not available in the previous versions of Python, just to let you know. So if you want to take advantage of T-string, please install Python 3.14 on your computer, and you can use that version of Python to leverage the power of T-string. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching until the last. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit that like button if you like this video, and share with more people so that everybody can take advantage of this helpful video. And please stay tuned for my future videos in the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep learning.